we are back. We are live. What's up, Sam?
We are back and we are live. And there's an extra person in here I don't like. There we go.
Good thing we invited them on the show then.
Correct. What's up, buddy?
Oh, dude. We did it. We made it.
We made it. How you been?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, then. Well,
I'll have to let you know in a couple months, I think.
That question.
How about you?
Oh, busy. I mean, it's been insane, as you probably saw. I was up preparing for this last night at 2 a.m., so that's fun.
I saw the messages come rolling in when I woke up this morning.
Oh, goodness. Story of my life lately. Story of my life. Well, guys, welcome back to the show. This is Remotely Controlled, the YouTube show where we are just winging it.
We talk about stuff and we don't know what most of the time.
Most of the time. If you're here, jump in the chat and give us comments so we know you're here.
Yeah, let us know where you're watching from. We always like to do kind of a little bit of a roll call that way and see how far we're getting distance-wise.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, we've had people as far away as Australia, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
It doesn't get much further away than that.
Not for us.
No, not at all. All right, well, we got a great show. We
do. We got listen. So we were just talking a little bit, and we don't have an intro for this guest this week.
No, but unfortunately, we don't.
He is the Prince of Personalization,
customization. We're failing.
The king of craftsmanship.
There you go.
The head honcho of the Micro Crawler Club. Nice shirt, Sam.
Yeah, see, look at that. That's brand new. That's this year's. This year's, baby.
That's the new one.
The new one, yeah. Well, since we slaughtered the intro and we suck at intros anyway, and again, I apologize we didn't get an intro done. Van, you know I love you. Without further ado, guys, ladies and gentlemen, it's Van DeWitt.
Hey,
what's up, Van?
How you doing, Van?
No big deal on the intro video. That's fine by
me. There's your crowd noise. Oh, goodness gracious.
Van, so you're out there with Sam. So you guys are rocking a nice 6:30 time slot tonight. Is that right?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Early evening for me.
I'm a little bit jealous.
Van doesn't live too incredibly far from me. About 45 minutes.
45
minutes.
Yeah,
you were, Sam, you were at the Micro Crawler Club event, right?
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Was that last weekend?
This one right here.
Was that part of the series?
It was last weekend.
Yeah,
was that part of the series?
Yep. That was at Riverdale Kayak Park. Super cool venue because it's right next to the river. So when it's hot outside, it's easily 10 degrees cooler there. And it's, I would say, a gentle slope. And they've just filled it in with boulders. And in between the boulders, it's all concrete. And so it just makes for an epic location for any scale crawler, really. Like 6 is a
10 scale. Yeah.
That's awesome.
For sure. And Riverdale is like in my backyard. Like it's literally like less than 10-minute drive for me. And so the Micro Crawler Club came up north to include the ones that are in further northern Utah. And so they do that once or twice a year for their events. And it's awesome that you guys are willing to do that, to come up, even though I know 45 minutes isn't that big a deal, but there's a couple clubs up here.
We drive all the way up to Logan sometimes, and that's an hour and a half to 2 hour drive. And the idea there is that we try to spread out all 7 events. So we're trying to get close to everybody up and down the valley, at least in, the regional Salt Lake City area. Yeah. It's hard to get down south, but we do a gathering every year down in St. George, usually February, March time. And if anybody can come out for that one, that is a great way to kick off the season. St. George is one of those bucket list places where you need to go crawl there. It's just awesome. No matter what scale you're into, it is phenomenal.
Including one-to-ones, and it is like, it's similar to Moab, but on a smaller scale.
Gotcha. That's awesome. I'm in Indiana. You know what's in my backyard?
Potholes.
No, nothing.
Lots of trees.
Whole bunch of nothing.
Yeah.
I can climb over corn stalks.
Oh, you might be surprised what you can find on Google Earth. So locally here, I put together a Google map, and a a lot of locations were given to me like GPS and so I'd add the pin to those. But then I just used Google Maps and started going through. And one of the things that I look for is like anywhere train tracks or a freeway or a road crosses a river. Sometimes they've concreted that in with boulders, and so that can be a good place where you can find easy stuff. And then I look at splash pads. I'll do Google searches for like rock formations in whatever town it's in. Right now, I'm helping up a guy up in Evanston, Wyoming, build a map for his area. And so I've been combing through and kind of showing him the stuff to look for. And then he's going to go out and check it, because you can't tell from the topographical view. Like that could be a pile of rocks or that could be a pile of garbage. Like it's very hard to tell. But then it kind of makes it a fun adventure, you know, when you don't have anything specific for a weekend, you can just go out and like check out a bunch of blue pins. And if it's good, then I usually will change the color marker on the Google map so people know like green is one of the best locations you can go to. It's worth the drive. You know, orange is like okay. Yellow is like if you live close, you need something to test. And then there's some areas that I'll mark in red, like don't go here because I know the city will get upset, or there's a bum encampment or something like that and they'll stab you. So, you know, I try to warn people.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the content I was hoping for this episode. So I'm good. I'm happy, and I think I'm done at this point.
That's a wrap. Let's get out of here, Chaz.
Van, just dropping knowledge. I appreciate it.
Well, you guys can check out, and I'll just take over, I guess. I got more to talk.
Bye, guys. Oh goodness,
that's awesome. No, but that is the exact kind of information that I was hoping to be able to get. So this is going to be a good chat. I can already tell.
Well, I'm a big believer in rising tides lifts all ships. So if any of the things that I've learned about the hobby or, you know, event promotion, any of that kind of stuff, like I'm always happy to share that knowledge. People can DM me on the Facebook anytime, and I'm happy to share what I can when I can. And I've even made some documents to that effect, like how to start a club. I did a very general proposal for like how to get an RC park at your local, you know, municipalities. So I'm trying to share as much of that as possible because I want other people to have an awesome club like the Microcrawler Club. Like it's been insane. And
I have those documents myself. So if you're watching and you want those documents, reach out to Van, or you can reach out to the remotely controlled group. I can share it with people as well. I got it straight from Van myself. So we will definitely get those documents out there because Van put those together and it's a great resource.
And you know what, Van, I love how you said rising tide raises all ships. I'll be honest, if it weren't for you and people like Ken from the Shop Mini RC, I wouldn't be where I'm at. I wouldn't know this guy in the middle. I mean, it's all because of people like you and efforts that you put in bringing extending the RC hobby to as many people as you can. That's why where I'm at, and I'm sure Chaz is where he's at.
100%. Because personally, I'm more like an anchor.
Nobody at my work wants to hear me talk about RCs. So the more people I have that will actually like, you know, be engaged with the content that I'm like very excited about, like I live for that.
That sounds like the story of my life at work too.
No, same. My entire team are all women, and they're not interested.
Well, there you go.
So.
Speaking of events and stuff, Chaz, you've never been to a Microcrawler Club event?
I've never been. No.
Okay.
Utah.
This you need to come. I've been telling you that for a long time now.
I know.
I remember the very first Microcrawler Club event I went to, and I think it was one of the first ones that Van had. It was in West Valley City at the rec center. It was during the winter, and it was an indoor event. And everybody kind of just brought what they had, like as far as indoor courses, and we set up a bunch of tables in kind of a U shape. And there was over 100 people there to crawl at that event.
It was insane.
And it was, I would say it was probably one of the biggest events the Microcrawler Club's ever had.
It's up there.
It was insane, but it was cool because Van and his team, the CEOs, what do we call them? SEOs?
My admin and my judges, yeah.
There you go. They put together the event that kind of kickstarted the Microcrawler Club off here locally in Utah. And that event was absolutely amazing. It really was. Like, I was blown away by how many people attended that event.
I can't imagine 100 people at an event.
Winter events are always huge, and I think it's because we don't do a whole bunch of them, and people are just hungry for it. Especially like after Christmas, where everybody got a bunch of stuff, and maybe they've had a month to put all the new hop ups on it, and now they can't do nothing. So then, if the Microcrawler Club or there's another local club called Shiggy RC, sometimes they'll throw events like Canyon Hobbies and stuff, and they're huge.
Shiggy, that's a good group.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I'm part of their Facebook group, and I'm drawing a blank. Sean, is it Sean, the guy that runs Shiggy?
Sean.
Man, what a good dude. That's a great group.
Him and all the admins, they're awesome. A lot of their guys come to our events, and we try to go to their events.
Yeah.
Just a lot of love for the minis. They pretty much made the West Valley City RC Park like their home. So they've kind of adopted that. They're out there every Sunday. And so, yeah, it's been pretty cool to kind of see, because I helped organize that build for that RC park. And I'm crazy busy all the time. So I didn't have a lot of time to do the maintenance. And so they stepped in and just made it their own. And they're doing Sunday crawls out there all the time. And it's super rad.
Speaking of the West Valley RC Park, then, why don't you tell us a little bit about how that came to be?
Luck, a lot of luck. The cliff notes is that I was in my local RC shop, and I was just being my infectious self, talking to some random dude that happened to be looking at microcrawlers, and I was like, "Oh, microcrawlers are awesome!" Just gave him the whole elevator pitch. He ended up buying one, goes to work, gets all of his buddies at work addicted to them, and they're going out, and they happen to work at West Valley City at the Centennial Park, which is the big premier park for that city. And they happen to be on the organizing board, and so they put a proposal together, unbeknownst to me, got it approved, got a budget, and then they contacted me, and they're like, "Hey, you got us into this, so we want you to help out." And I was like, "Oh, well, let me get the 10 scale guys," and none of them were as eager to be a part of it as I was. So de facto, I winded up being the guy who was organizing a lot of the volunteers. And I did a lot of the concept drawings and talked to him about kind of what we wanted and how to get there. And the thing that really sold me on it is they wanted it to be ADA compliant from the very beginning. And I thought that was really what sold me on it, because I know that there's 4 or 5 guys locally who can't go on the trail runs, who can't go to St. George proper. They just can't. And so to be able to kind of create something that, was for them, that got me really into it. And it's been a really fun project. It's an ongoing thing. There's actually a build day coming up in the fall where they're going to get some more rock, and we might do some concrete work, and we're going to go in and touch it all up and get it ready. So next spring, it should be off the hook. So I'm very excited about that.
That's cool. And did did they get donations for that from local businesses, or was it 100% city funded?
I believe that it was kind of the excess. So they were doing a big park renovation at the time where they were putting in a great big mountain bike park at the same time. And so I think that they funneled a little bit of that over. I don't know for sure, so don't quote me on this, West Valley. Don't get mad. But I think that it was something like that, because in comparison to everything else that a city municipality is going to build in a park, a crawler park is probably the cheapest thing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It really is just rocks, dirt, and mud, and maybe some concrete if you're lucky. And even that, putting in the ADA compliant sidewalk that goes all the way into it, that was the most expensive part.
Right. So, and that made the local news here. It was a big deal because it was the first one like it in our state.
Yeah.
And it made the local news, and it was amazing.
There's dirt tracks to do, dirt racing and stuff like that. But it was the first time that there was something specifically built for crawling RC at a municipality. So they gave me an award. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. Very cool. I got to pause really quick. Chaz, I forgot something. We're streaming to your channel, buddy.
Hey, welcome.
Sorry, interrupt. We're simulcasting.
Hot dog. Look at that.
Hot dog. And I just checked it, and it is working on your channel. So there we go.
Welcome to my channel. If you're on my channel, go to his channel. If you're on his channel, come to my channel.
Yes.
Hit up all the channels.
There you go. All right, moving on. Sorry, Chaz. I totally forgot that. I meant to say that in their intro, but,
So
being scatterbrained.
But no, Van, you mentioned, so they were putting in a mountain bike track or mountain bike course, whatever. Listen, so your background, I don't know if it was before RCs, if it was simultaneous. So fill me in a little bit with this. Maybe not mountain biking, but kind of extreme outdoor sports, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was mountain boarding. So
Yeah,
basically
right.
take
It's cool.
a kid's snowboard and put 8-inch pneumatic tires on it and then hurl yourself down a mountain bike track. So I did that from the time I was 18 to the time I was about 36. And for about 15 years there, I was a pro rider for, the big company called Mountain Board Sports. And I was on the B team. So I wasn't the guy in the tour bus. I was the guy in the truck. And so when they were going on tour with like the Elements Warp Tour or whatever, like I was the guy that was going to the schools and the county fairs. But it was still fun, I got basically paid to go see the United States and ride a mountain board and got a bunch of free gear out of it and had a local sponsor. And really a lot of what I learned, helping put on events and help promote events and running a local team for the Salty Peak Snowboard Shop. It's crazy how much of that Venn diagrammed over to everything I've been doing with the Microcrawler Club.
So are you using like 1.9, 2.2s? What kind of?
The tires were 8.0s, so they're 8-inch tires, and then a plastic hub, and you would actually inflate them. So if you wanted to go really fast, you'd go up to about 65 psi. Or if you were doing like some really gnarly downhill where you needed to go slower, you would drop down to like, maybe 40. I wouldn't go any lower than that.
And they're brushless, right?
What's that?
They're brushless, right?
They're all powered by my Chevrolet legs.
Chevrolet. Wah, wah.
And my Lamborghini.
That's a Chevy joke I'll allow.
I'm full of dad jokes, even though I ain't got no kids.
That's what we're here for.
Yes, for sure.
So what led you to RC then?
Well, I'd always been like an outsider, right? So like I'd always like watched it on YouTube and like I had my heart set on a Traxxas Slash for like the longest time, but I didn't want to drop $500 and find out I hated it or have it break 15 minutes in and then like not want to repair it. So like I would watch videos, and that was about as much as I did for, since I was a kid, since YouTube was a thing. And it really wasn't until the pandemic, like I started watching RC Sparks, where they did like the little quarry in his backyard, and they were actually like, milling for gold, right?
Yeah.
And so they got enough money to give a guy a tooth, and like I watched like probably a whole season of it. And then they got into the winter time and they're like, oh, it's winter. So we had to close down the quarry. So we're going to build this indoor RC crawler park. And he makes this big table and mud and rocks and all kinds of things. Like, and we made them for these new, SCX 24, they're only $150. And I paused the video and I went to Amazon and purchased it, which, like I never promote Amazon. Like I always go to your brick and mortar. I didn't know any better at the time. I was an outsider, like I try to support my local hobby shops as much as possible now.
There's a learning curve for everybody.
Yeah. So I got a hold of one, and I think 2 days later, I took it to a local park here called Sugar House Park. And inside of that, they've done this giant art installation called the Draw, but we commonly refer to it as Micro Moab. So it's built the exact same way as you would do like a zoo enclosure, where it's all like concrete that's been, modeled and sculpted to look like Red Rock, and then they dyed the whole thing.
Yeah.
And like the first day that I took that outside, like I felt like I was on the movie set for a commercial. Like I don't remember if you guys remember like the old G.I. Joe commercials, but like they would be playing with the toys in like the coolest possible place you could possibly play with that toy.
Yeah.
And then you bought it, took it home and played in the tub, and you're like, this sucks, And this was the reverse opposite of that. Like
the
I
whole
felt
point
like
of G.I. Joe show was to sell toys, right?
Yeah. And so when I went to Sugar House Park, like I felt like I was the kid in the commercial. And so I was just hooked after that. And it wasn't long after that, I was just like, like, let's get some people together. Like, this is fun. Like, I want to crawl with other people. I want to do safari lines. Like, I want to learn stuff. And so I just winded up putting a post up on Utah SCX 24. Originally, I had contacted those group admin. I'm like, hey, are you guys going to do any events? Like, do you guys need any help? Like, what can I do? And they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to do some stuff. And then, like, nothing happened. And, like, a month later, I was like, well, I'm just going to post an event. Is that cool? And they're like, yeah, no problem. And I think I had, like, 3 people show up. But it was still, like, 3 people I'd never met before. Like, it was awesome.
Sure.
So then I did a second one, and like 20 people showed up. And I noticed that there was like 3 dudes that showed up early, and they were the last 3 dudes to leave. And so before they left, I was like, "Hey, do you guys want to start a club?" And they're like, "Yeah." So we met up at Carl's Jr. like 3 days later and created the Microcrawler Club. And now David McPhee and Will Scott and Blake Jensen were the founders of the Microcrawler Club. And then we got a bunch of other yahoos to follow us, and we just started throwing events and throwing comps and building our own comp rules and just going full ham. It's been great.
A bunch of other yahoos to 50,000 followers on YouTube, on Facebook.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. The Facebook group was just to be able to post events.
A bunch of other yahoos, right?
Yeah. I have a very serious question though, Van. So we have Hardee's, Carl's Jr. over here. It's Hardee's. It's the same thing.
Same thing.
What is your go-to order?
Oh, at Carl's Jr.?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the guacamole burger. That's the only thing to get there.
Oh no, sorry. That's incorrect.
Fries.
Jalapeno burger.
Jalapeno be good too.
The mushroom Swiss, guys. That's where it's at.
Oh, Chaz, you disappoint me.
Not a mushroom Swiss guy. But when we get you out here to Utah, I'm going to take you to this place called Crown Burger.
Oh,
I've had pastrami burgers in every state, and there is nothing that compares to Crown Burger. Crown
is delicious, for sure.
It's good.
I just got to get to Utah at this point.
And something that we have that you don't, Chaz, is fry sauce.
Yep.
I don't even know what that means.
If I told you what it was, you would think it was gross. But if you tried it, you'd be like, oh. If you ever had this special sauce or secret sauce at any mom and pop burger shop, like it's
fry sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's 100% chance I wouldn't think it's gross.
It's delicious.
It is delicious. Hey, Ken just checked in. Ken.
Oh, nice.
We got a good folks. A lot of good folks down here.
Mikey's, Jason Connex, Jason X. Jeff.
I saw Harold down here a little bit ago.
Mike Carter, Ed's here. Blake is here. So we got a good group of people here.
So spin-off question for you, Van. Going back to your introduction to the hobby, what was the RC that got you into the crawling scene? What model?
That was the first one, the C10. Oh, I think I got it. Stole the wheels off of it.
Now he's breaking out the builds.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
It's got the sweet flares on the side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got the interior in there. It's way overbuilt.
Of course.
The signature van visor.
Yep. Got to have the visor on there. So anybody that is familiar with my stuff, like I put visors on like all of my rigs.
Do you want to share? You want to share your secret? I was just going to ask you. You want to share your secret?
So I just make them out of a plastic folder, like you keep your homework in. And I just look for ones that have like cool texture on them, and then you just cut them up and heat it up with a lighter and fold it, and then I just melt some holes, or you can tap some holes, and then just double-sided tape and a couple of bolts on the side, and it's rock solid. They do not come off.
So it's back to school time. Make sure you guys get your double-sided your folders.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is. Oh, I just got follow-up questions. I have so many questions.
Just the brain cramp.
All right, so you started with the C10. How long was it before that C10 turned into your C10?
Oh, I was modding it immediately. So I have the luxury of working at a sign shop, and so I can contour cut my own decals, or I can even print and contour cut. So it was like maybe 42 hours after I bought it before I had decals on it. Nothing I purchased lasts very long in stock form, unless Hobby Plus hit me up and they wanted me to shoot the videos for the Rock Van and the Convoy. And so I left those stock for those videos, but as soon as those videos were done, they were being modded.
Yeah.
Speaking of Rock Van, we have a new series of rock van out just recently, and those just happen to be your designs.
Yep. I was very, very thrilled to be able to do graphics for another RC company. So Mias was the first person to contract me to do the delivery for a release, and that was on the MB18. So if you see the painted ones where it's either yellow, gray, and black, or the green, purple, and gray, so I designed that one. Got some other stuff that I'm working with them on. And then Hobby Plus, not too long after that, contacted me, and they're like, hey, we're going to redo the rock van. Don't tell anybody, but we want you to do the graphics. And I was like, absolutely. And so they definitely took care of me there. And I do a lot of custom work for other people in the RC community. So I try not to do like large runs. Like I don't want to own a sticker company. And my boss gave me a raise not to run a sticker company. So I'm happy to do that. But I do like doing custom work, you know, as long as it's, you know, few and far between. And I kind of pick and choose the customers that I want to help out. But yeah, I've worked with a bunch of people. Cape Crawlers not too long ago, he wanted a livery for his H10. So I helped him out with that.
Was that the Fast and Furious H10?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
So I did all those graphics, and that was a gift. He did not purchase those. Don't come after me, Fast and Furious branding.
Right.
Sure. Van, it's funny you say that you did the Hobby Plus and the Mias racing stuff. Chaz, you're in between two graphic designers right now.
I know, and I've got no skills and no talent whatsoever.
So when I first met Van, we kind of hit it off because we are both graphic designers, and Van is an amazing customizer. He is his builds are known far and wide. He woke up the other day and you were just had gotten reposted by Red Cat for your Red Cat build. Yeah. So yep, there it is. So I have exactly 2 custom bodies from Van DeWitt.
I know. I'm trying to buy one back.
I refuse to sell it. Here's the first one. This is Bigfoot from FMS. Thank you. And this is the one that Van's trying to buy back, and this is the one I don't know if I want to part with.
Ooh, I would not sell that back. That is tough.
And I've kept it in mint condition. It may be a little dusty, but it's in mint condition because this is my 2 van bodies that I got when I purchased. I think I purchased the whole truck from you, didn't I?
Yeah, bought both of them at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good with the truck wheels on there.
I put those on.
Nice. It's a good choice. It's a solid option.
Yeah. But
some of the only RCs I've ever sold, and that was so I could get the mini LMT because I was like broke at the time. So I was like, oh, I got to get $250.
So
that is so good.
I purchased those 2, and he threw the body in. And I tell you what, Van does amazing work for sure.
Van, did anybody else give you a hard time about the the White Castle lookalike on the Rock Van, or was it just me?
No, just you.
I mean, listen, I think of food, man. I like food.
Fair enough.
Hey, I actually saw all the designs Van did before he was able to show the other ones, and there were some pretty cool options. Not saying that Hobby Plus picked the right ones or the wrong ones, but there were some pretty. He came up with some.
There
really
were some real cool ones because you posted them, Van, didn't you?
Yeah.
After the fact.
After the fact.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. There were some really cool ones in there.
Yeah. I got to see them firsthand early on before anybody else saw them really, and they were awesome, and I was super stoked for them. And I would take any of those designs at any time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I like to bounce my stuff off a select group. So there are some people that I let know what I might be working on, and they're all highly trusted people, but you know, there's some amazing builders and graphic designers that I like to resource and make sure, you know, if I'm going to put something on 1,000 RTRs, I want to make sure that it looks cool and people are into it.
Right.
But I'll never be mad if anybody wants to peel the decals off and make something rad. Like a local builder here, Rob Fleischer, he just peeled off all the gray ones and turned it into the A-Team van, and it looks so good.
I want to do that so bad.
I've seen pictures, and it looks so good. I was going to comment. I saw somebody pulled the blue ones off, and that blue body without the decals, it looks better with the graphics. I'll just say that.
Van, I want to do an Onward van. You know what I'm talking about? The Pixar film
Oh yeah.
Onward.
Oh, okay.
Heck yeah.
I want to do an Onward build. So when it comes time, we may be doing some graphics together.
Yeah, I'm surprised nobody's done like the classic, wizard fighting a dragon on the side of the rock van yet.
That's
yeah,
pretty much what
seriously.
the Onward van is, except I
Yeah.
think it's a unicorn.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I think so.
Yeah, but be very cool. Very, very cool.
Sam, let's get on the bench talk.
Oh no.
You already started bringing up some of his bodies.
Yes,
all right, Van.
I did.
I don't know if Sam gave you a heads up or not. I think nope. I was gonna say maybe he did because I see
at 2:00 in the morning. I didn't want to bug him too much.
I see some of the trucks in front of you. So if you don't mind, show us some of your favorite builds that you have on hand.
So I'm gonna show you my absolute favorite. So this is
oh yeah, buddy.
This started off as a baby Capra UTB 18.
Nice.
Let's do this.
And then I got the MN body on it. Oh,
hold on, I'm getting you bigger. Oh, you're sideways. That's all right.
Okay. Well, anyways, so then I've got Indiana Jones in there. He's driving. And then I've got all of the dinosaur bones up on top. And so it's got a lot of scale details to it. And the reason I'm most proud of it is that I actually had to move this wheel well. So that's all styrene work that I had to build up myself because the original wheel well was all the way up here. And so I had to move it back to fit in. So it was my first time using styrene. And then I patinaed it all myself with my slap job patina job. I'm sure the real painters out there are probably rolling their eyes, but I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. And this is actually the bumper off of a T-Hunter. It fit on there perfect. And then I got my buddy David McPhee to wire up all the lights for me. I'm still going to change out the links because the purple doesn't really fit with it. So that was one of them.
Give us a 15-second preview of your patina, your slap job patina.
Okay, so let's go.
I had to ask. Sorry, Chaz.
Don't apologize for that.
People might recognize this one. It was pretty popular. This is the first build that I got a lot of notoriety from Furatech. So this was the FX18. And the slap job patina is pretty easy. So what you're going to do is that you're just literally going to take flat black spray paint and paint the whole side of it and then wipe it off. And then you can see here where I've kind of gone back and forth. And so I spray it on there, and there's even fingerprints in here where I've actually worked it and taken my time to try to make it look as realistic as possible.
So you wipe it off while it's wet paint, right? You're not talking about sanding after it dries.
No, while it's wet. And so what that does is it leaves all of the paint in the lower sections. Yeah. And it's kind of like reverse dry brushing, where you're like removing the material versus adding it on. And the nice thing is when it's still kind of wet like that, like if you mess up and wipe off too much, like you can just spray some more on there and wipe it again. Yeah. And there's other areas where like I took a paper towel and I would just, I'd wipe it off and then I'd smush it back on and wipe it off again. And so it's kind of an additive subtractive, and I just played with it until I got to where I liked it. Nice thing with patina, there's no wrong way. You know what I mean? Like you can't mess it up. Like the whole point is to mess it up, right? It's supposed to look dirty and beat up. And so you really can't mess it up too bad, but you can definitely do it in such a way that it kind of adds to the character. So I'm not sure if you can see it in the video, but I've actually taken brown paint and just, with a paintbrush and wiped it on to kind of add some rust to it. Yeah.
So what kind of paint did you use with your paintbrush?
I think that was just acrylic. Cool. So I think all of it was acrylic spray paint or acrylic hand paint. And then once it was all done, then I just hit it with a lot of matte clear and, just run it till it breaks.
Love it.
A lot of what I do is mostly I do some paint work. So I did paint the bed in here. But I do add a lot of decals. I make my own custom decals, or I'll find RC parts off of different things. So these are actually the vents for a 4M Defender. And this is actually the motor from the Traxxas Monster Truck 18, the Traxxas Monster Truck 18 scale. And then of course my custom visors. Other rigs, are mostly just decals. So this one, all of that is just decals that I hand applied. I didn't contour cut anything with the machine on this. I cut it all by hand except for the red stripes. And I did contour cut the logo areas. But all this fake carbon fiber, I cut all of that by hand.
Can you just buy that as a sheet?
Yep, just bought it as a sheet. You can go to like Joann's or any craft store, and they usually have 1x1 tiles of every kind of vinyl you could possibly think of, and it's pretty inexpensive. Another thing I like to do on these rigs is that sometimes I really want body captures, so I'll use that same
the folder material,
plastic folder, yep, and I'll just heat it up and fold it, and now my body's captured in there, and I don't have to worry about it flicking on the rocks all the time. Nice. With this being my comp rig, like I wanted it as tucked in and ready to go as possible, and alleviate as much of the hangups as possible. And then of course I add them back in because I got to have scale details. Like I can't run 0 scale. Like I've got to have a little dude in there. I've got to have the accoutrement. It's got to look cool.
And I had the opportunity to run that rig at the last comp, by the way, and that rig's a machine. Like I took 5th at that comp in that division, and I didn't even expect that. By the way, I have to prop up my son a little bit. He did win Van DeWitt in a competition. He got 3rd, Van got 4th. So good job, Cade.
Yep.
Nice. Well done, kid.
He was so proud of that. He's like, I beat Van. I'm like, yes, you did.
So I do a lot of body mods too. So this one just came off of an AliExpress, just crappy RC toy for like $15.
Yeah.
And it used to have like some tires in the back. I cut that all out, used plastic folder in here, and then I wrapped it with my own decals. This netting actually came from Blue Hawk RC. He makes this really cool netting, and you can actually heat this up and like mold it over stuff. I've still got some more I need to play with on that one. This is my mini LMT monster truck, so I race with this one quite a bit.
Because not only do you have the Micro Crawler Club, you also have is it the Mini Monster Club, or what's the name of the other one?
Yeah, RC Monster Truck Club.
RC Monster Truck Club.
Yep. I mostly built that one so I could post events. For some reason, the 2 bashing Facebook groups are private, so you can't share events out of that. So I was like, I'm just going to make this 3rd one so people can actually see these events. And, but it's fun. I'm into the monster trucks. They're cool.
Yeah. Hey, would you show your T-Hunter?
Oh, yeah.
This is my favorite Van DeWitt build, I think.
So
yeah. So you did a build off with that, didn't you? With like 2 other dudes?
So me and the other founders, we all got the builder's kit for this, and we all did it together. It's just like a team building exercise in the middle of the winter. So we just all got together one day and built them all. Like, I don't know, it only took us like 3 or 4 hours to get this fully complete from a kit.
This is my favorite part right there. Right there. That's a Van DeWitt mod right there.
Yeah, that's right here.
Is that just a deadbolt cage?
Yep, that's from the deadbolt. I heated it up and warped it a little bit. This is, I think, the light rack off of a K5 from FMS. This is the light rack off of CR18P. And then I did get the inner wheel wells printed. Blake Jensen did that for us. So he came with a little bit of accoutrement to throw on there. So it turned out pretty cool. And I like this because then when I comp it, I can flip it down. Yeah. I don't have to worry about hanging up on it.
Yep.
But this isn't really my comp rig. I've got the other one. I've got the new brushless one. I'm still building up.
So cool. That's my favorite rig by far of Vans.
This is my 10 scale CJ scale build. So it's got everything on it, including the kitchen sink. I even got a Tech Deck mountain board in here.
Nice.
It's so cool.
Which, yeah,
That's awesome.
It's got everything in it. Sway bar, custom bumper on the front. So that was kind of that was a fun mod to do because I actually used the bracket from the original bumper, and then I just cut it off, and then I tapped it, and then I just bolted this onto it. So it worked out pretty well, and it's super sturdy.
Awesome. Money Pit just checked in, his first live with us. What's up?
What's up, Zach? How's it going, bud?
And this is the New Bright Nissan cool body that I fit onto a TRX-4M. And this was a really fun build. I still have some work to do to it. I want to patina it, but I went a little bit further. So I used to have 2 tires in the rear, so I removed one and turned it into a storage box.
Nice.
It's got lights all over it. Even these little lights right here, they were plastic, so I cut those off and I actually mounted real lights to it.
It's so
Light
cool.
bar up on the top. Got to have the Biza. And then this was all just vinyl work. So I actually used two different, I had a white 13 and a black 13. And so I just put the white one over the top and then cut off the excess. I really like doing that, like with a lot of I'll just print off a lot of graphics, just a bunch of random graphics, and then I'll cut them up and just make crazy stuff out of them.
You cut them up by hand. So most of your stuff's cut by hand, not in the machine.
Most of it's cut by hand. So this is a really good example. This is probably 3 different wraps in here that I've cut up, and then I've also added the carbon fiber to it. And then on this one, I printed my own window decals. So that's actually like a road in Moab. And there's like a bunch of in the rear. It's kind of hard to see in the rear view, but there's a bunch of Jeeps like behind it.
Nice.
And so I just made my own custom ones for it. And then in the bed, it's kind of hard to see, but there's actually wood grain in the back of the bed.
Yeah, oh, yeah, there it is.
You can see it.
That's wicked, man.
So cool.
This one, same kind of thing. These are off the Defender. So I added those onto it. I think this is the light bar for a Bronco 4M. I changed out the bumper to the smaller bumper on the front and the rear. So I swapped that out. It's brushless. Yeah. Hobby Plus stuff is pretty good. I love it.
Yeah, they're especially the V2s they just came out with. Man, they're
killing it.
And the brushed systems in those things are so smooth.
For being brushed, yeah, they are.
So this is another new bright body that I modified using the Bronco fender flares. So it actually quick disconnects just like a regular Traxxas body.
Oh, nice.
Where I used a chunk of wood to get the offset just right, and then I just hot glued the hell out of it. And that tends to work out pretty well. And then I don't know how well you can see in there, but yeah, I just mounted that whole fender kit that you can buy separately for $10. And as long as you can modify whatever body you're working with to fit on that, get it to snap on. This was a body from, I think, AliExpress. I think it's a Ford Raptor. And it's the same thing. I used the Defender body kit. And so it actually mounts on. So I've got both of these bodies are now interchangeable on the same RC. So, you know, if I get sick of one, I can switch over to the other. Or I can go back to the original Defender body pretty easily.
Yeah, you should go with the Raptor over the Dodge.
They was fighting words. Love me some Dodge.
That's awesome. That's very cool. Well, thanks for sharing some of those. They're kill. I mean, they're all builds that I've seen in person, and believe you me, the camera doesn't do it justice. Let me put it that way. They look amazing. And Van drives the hell out of his builds. Like his builds are not shelf queens.
Yeah.
See?
So I already did a body swap on this one, and it performs a lot better. And the thing I like the most is it looks like a hood scoop, but that's actually a wheel weight. So it's just a lead weight on the top.
Oh, nice.
And then I was able to get the battery mounted up front, so it's actually got forward bias now.
Is that an Orlando body? What is that?
It's just off of some $11 1/64th scale toy grade RC, and it's actually all just mounted with double-sided tape, and then I used a Hobby Plus battery tray.
Is that the New Bright Lynx? Is that what it is?
I don't know what it is. I don't think it's New Bright, but it's just like some cheapo toy.
I might have that body upstairs.
You might have to do the mod. It worked out pretty well.
I don't know, man. That blue Ford pickup it's just iconic, man.
It looks exactly like the FMS Smasher.
It does. And I'm perfectly
That's
fine
not a
with
bad
that.
thing.
No, not at all.
I just like body mod and stuff. Like I probably have more bodies than I do have RCs. Like all of these Tupperwares behind me, those are all bodies that I purchased from the DI or yard sales or, you know, cheap stuff off of AliExpress. Like anything that looks cool. Like I'm more addicted to buying bodies than I am anything else for some weird reason.
Outside of Utah, nobody knows what the DI is. It's a thrift store here in Utah.
Oh yeah, thrift store.
Yeah, I had no clue what that was.
It's a thrift store. Anyway,
Man,
those are awesome.
You have done a masterful job of covering just seamlessly through all of our questions, but we have come to the time now.
Oh no.
Where I think we need to get into the lightning round.
Sure. Sure.
So we're going to give you two options. There's one of these that has three, but we're going to give you two options. First one to come to mind, just no explanation, no nothing. Just hit us with your response.
Sure.
I'm ready.
Go ahead, Van or Chaz.
Sam, are you okay over there?
I'm brain cramping out a little bit.
You smell toast?
Yeah, smoke.
All right, Van. Scale realism or pure performance?
Scale realism.
Yeah, I knew that one.
Yeah, pretty easy. Technical lines or full send?
Technical lines.
Yeah, buddy. And if you've seen Van Comp, you know that for sure.
I've seen the courses that he set up.
He's a master at it.
Indoor course or outdoor terrain?
That's a hard one. I'm gonna go outdoor.
Set you up with a couple softballs to begin, and then we're gonna hit with some heavy.
I'm gonna go outdoor because it's always more difficult.
Nice.
Portals or straights?
Probably straight.
Yeah, buddy.
I love red cat portals though.
Yeah, for sure.
Heavy rig or featherweight?
Featherweight.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Or RC?
RC.
Cola?
Yeah, love me some Low Crown Cola.
Yeah, buddy.
Dude, RC is where it's at.
Yes, for sure.
Ford or Jeep?
Dodge.
Nope, that's not how that works.
What does Dodge have that? I mean, Ford has the Bronco, Jeep has the Wrangler. What does Dodge have?
They both break all the time. Jeeps look cooler, so I'll go with Jeep, I guess.
Okay. Jeep is a Dodge product. They're same company.
Out of the trucks will run way better.
Custom build or RTR?
Custom.
Yeah, that's easy.
Tiny tires or oversized?
Depends on the build, but I usually go with oversized.
Okay.
That surprises me.
Me too, a little bit.
Yep. Lasagna.
Most of my tires are huge.
Wow. Spaghetti or lasagna?
Lasagna.
Build night or crawl day?
Crawl day.
3D printed parts or metal parts?
All metal. I do not like 3D printed stuff. It breaks.
Sure. It melts too.
Sometimes.
Yes, it does. Custom paint, Shelf Queen, or battle scars?
Ooh. Probably battle scars because I can't keep anything nice.
That's what I love about Van. He builds these beautiful rigs, and then he's not scared to send them.
Well, he lives that outdoor life, so that makes sense.
I love it. Seafood or burger?
Burger.
Orange juice or apple juice?
Orange juice.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
I knew that one. Bash with friends or solo crawl session?
Guess it depends on if I'm working. If I'm shooting video, like for like a new release, like the least amount of people, the better. But I would much rather be trailing with the homies any day.
Sure, 100%.
You're
up, buddy.
Live stream or post-produced edit?
I only do post-produced edit. This is like, unless I'm doing a podcast, I don't do lives.
City or country?
Country.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Onion rings or French fries?
If it's from Crown Burger, you can go either way.
Yeah, they're both delicious, right? Absolutely.
Probably French fries.
Vanilla or chocolate?
Vanilla.
Mountains or beach?
Mountains.
You kind of have to say that with your background.
Yeah.
You're right. I think I know the answer to this one, but Lexan or hard body?
Ooh. Typically Lexan because it's lighter.
Hmm.
I like hard bodies too, though.
Hard bodies typically are more scale sometimes.
Yeah.
Way more detail. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
NFL or NBA?
If you don't get points for doing backflips, I don't watch it. Just don't.
Fair.
Unless it's like rock racing or U4, like I'll watch that stuff. But like typically it's like extreme sports, with my background. Like I want to see
Sure.
people going for it.
Sure.
All right. So then skateboarding or snowboarding? How about that?
Oh, or wakeboarding.
Wakeboarding. No, I don't do the water stuff. I go snowboarding.
Oh, wow.
I
Crawling
used to
or
snowboard all the time.
really? Oh yeah, I think I remember you telling me that.
Yep.
Crawling or trailing?
Trailing.
Nike or Adidas?
Hey dudes.
I love it. Introvert or extrovert?
Both. I'm an introvert that learned to be extroverted, so I guess extrovert.
This next was pretty serious. Pirates or ninjas?
Ninjas all the way.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, pirates all the way.
You won't see me coming, man.
Iron Man or Captain America?
Captain America.
I'm
a Boy Scout.
too.
Boy Scout.
I can't relate to you, man.
Sorry, bro. Hey, I was into Wolverine before he was cool, so back in the day.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Wolverine. Last one for you: spicy or mild?
In my old age, it's now spicy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We have to answer a few.
Anything, I'll take it.
Oh, sure, 100%. We have to answer a few questions. I'm going to put them up.
Sure.
Harold has one for you. Marianne or Ginger?
Ginger, man. Movie star every day.
Jason wants to know define oversized tires.
Just big. Let's see. So here's the new Red Cat, right? And I put the next shocks on there, and then the torque servo, and gee, look how buried that thing is. And these tires are very oversized, 64-inch. These are the brand new Next tires that came out. Super excited to try these out. So yeah, generally I run a pretty big tire because I get the clearance, and side hilling. It is very important, and it always shows up in an event, but being able to get breakover and clear the gnarly stuff seems to way better in the end for me in my comp crawlers.
Then side hilling.
These are still pretty big for this particular build. They're not as big as the other tires, but they're not Patagonias. I love Patagonias. They're too small and you hang up.
Yeah, and they only come in like one size. They're like all the same, right?
Yeah,
for sure. RC Pat says this live stream is going to hurt my wallet. Needs to do some builds. Sorry, just trying to go back through some of them that we missed. I don't see any. Much more.
Since we switched to this new, what do we even use them?
Restream.
I have such a hard time keeping up with the comments on here.
So Jason also said, "Hey man, Van got me into the Red Cat, so I'm watching all the content I can on it." Nice job, Van. I have one more question for you, Van, that we didn't cover that I kind of wanted to ask. You're kind of a celebrity in the RC world now. I know you're kind of a big deal in the mountain boarding. You're kind of an RC celebrity now. I would put you on the likes of some of the big guys too, like RC Driver, Adam from Cape Crawlers. People know who you are, buddy.
Fair enough, I guess. I just love it, man.
What advice would you give to someone starting out in the hobby, and how to go about the hobby? And I guess there's no really correct way, but what advice would you give to them?
I would say just follow the joy, right? So like I'm not a typical influencer. I don't have a YouTube channel. Like I didn't go that route because I don't want to do that much work. And I want to focus on the things that I really enjoy. One of that is community. Like I love the club and being a part of other clubs. Like I'm an active member in nearly anything that's RC around Utah for the most part, unless it's like the indoor racing stuff. That's not really my scene. So I let that kind of guide me. And as I, am exposed to new RC stuff, like I get into it, and like the monster truck thing, like I didn't start off with monster trucks, and then somebody was like, "Hey, try this out." I was like, "Oh, now I'm totally into this." And now I'm helping out the local monster truck events. I take my speaker and I do blow by blows, and I try to help promote them. And I share a lot of the artwork for the same reason, is because I want everybody have a cool logo, even though AI is taking my job. So I would say don't worry about doing the same thing as everybody else. Like do RC your way, and as long as you're doing it your way and what you think is cool, you will have more fun than the guy who's chasing the Joneses. You know what I'm saying? So just have fun with it. Don't worry about how many subscribers you have or any of that craziness. Just enjoy it and throw yourself into it and make mistakes and figure it out and learn how to build better, faster, stronger, and you will have a great time. And people will respond to that, that enthusiasm. And I think that maybe is what has allowed me to at least gain traction here in Utah, is that like I am just obsessed with RC, and I found a bunch of other people that are obsessed with RC, and we get together and we just blow each other up and help support each other and give each other ideas and help each other out. And so I always try to like pay it forward, or rising tide, lifts all ships. Like if you go into it that kind of mentality, opportunities will find you if you're looking for them. So just do your thing and share it with everybody, and don't be afraid to throw yourself out there. I think a lot of the situations that I've been able to be a part of is because I was actively seeking it and I was looking out for those kind of things. Like getting a hold of Sam when he just popped up on the Facebook group, and I was like, "Oh man, this stuff's awesome. Oh, you live in Roy? Oh man, we should hang out."
Yeah.
And then forming a really close bond with Ken from the Mini Shop RC. Like it was just me reaching out to him, like, "Hey man, watched your video. Like, what about this?" And then we just started chatting and became friends. And he kind of opened up the door to allow me to kind of work with some of these other companies. But like I forged my own relationship with Mias, and that was just me approaching them, like asking them questions, and then forming a friendship, and get yourself to some RC events. Like if you want to be a mover and shaker, like you really kind of have to go to events, meet the people in the booths, and form those connections. Like I would have never been able to do stuff for Axial or Hobby Plus or Furatech or Mias or any of that kind of stuff if I wasn't out there beating the pavement. But I knew that I had something to bring to the plate. And so know what your strengths are, focus on those, and just chase that joy, and everything else will fall into place.
Nice.
And I can attest to that. If you've ever been to an event with Van, he, like, even at this one in Riverdale just recently, last week or the week before, he was like, "Oh, you need shocks or you need a limiting straps? Here you go." And he would give out limiting straps. He let me use his rig because my rig I'd built it the night before and it hadn't been tested. So that just goes to attest the type of guy that Van is, and how he's built a community around basically this amazing hobby.
Well, I can't take full credit. Like, I am definitely the mascot, but there are so many people that make the Microcrawler Club what it is. It would not be where it's at if it wasn't for the admin. Even if we have some guys that can't make it to every event, but they're always helping out with the website, making sure that we're getting rid of spammers.
This guy can't make it to every event.
and like I happen to be the guy that everybody looks at as being the Microcrawler Club, but it is not me. And if it wasn't for those admin, if it wasn't for those judges, if it wasn't for those founders, like we wouldn't have anything. Like I definitely gave everybody a focal point, but they are the ones that built it. And I'm just happy that I got a bunch of friends to hang out with, and it's been awesome.
Nice. I am a little bit embarrassed to show this because it is not on any kind of level, and it's not even a finished built truck. But early on in my channel, the Ascent 18 came out, the first gen Ascent 18 came out, and I saw yours, and it inspired me. And so like this was the first truck that I kind of did a little bit of personalization work on.
Hell yeah.
and I've got some new bumpers on here. I've got a new grill on there, and I went with the vinyl stripes on there. I've got
Brad.
Interior with a dude.
Uh-huh.
I took a black Sharpie and I blacked out because I hate this body line.
Same.
And so I blacked out this bottom panel down here. The wheel wells I blacked out because their fender flare stickers they're not the right size. They're not good. And so just some really minor things, custom rear bumper as well. And I mean, I think it's completely stock underneath still, so it's not even built. But like just seeing your builds inspired me to just start, and this was the first one awesome. I started with.
Nice.
You need a Microcrawler Club sticker on there.
Yeah.
You know what? I have some in my sticker drawer. You're right. I do.
I'll send you a care package. Just let me know what you need. I got you.
If Van inspired that, you need a Microcrawler Club sticker.
That's a great point. And actually, I think the ones that I have are they're just about the right color, I think.
Nice.
Well,
so I think that's awesome, and I hope maybe that, when people see my builds, that's exactly, they get inspired out of it. Like, I don't want anybody to ever like look at their build and feel bad because it doesn't look as good as mine. Like, I hope they're like, oh, okay, what can I do to this to make it my own?
Sure.
And that's all I do with my RCs is I just try to make them my own and just keep working at them until I think they look cool, and then share it with the world. And if they like it, sweet. And if not, that's cool too, guys. I did it for me,
Right.
But I've never had a circumstance, and nor have I ever seen a circumstance where somebody was sharing their RC and somebody poo-pooed it. You know what I mean? Like, most people, regardless of what level of skill it was done with, are more excited that you're excited. You know what I mean? And I think that's what I really like about the RC is like so many different walks of life, so many, religious backgrounds and political views. And then like, especially coming out of the pandemic, where I thought like everybody was just going to like the McCoys in the Hatfields. And then I go to the RC and I see everybody just hanging out. I was like, oh no, people are still good. You know what I mean? Like, I've had some very, eye-opening conversations with people over topics that I thought we would never be able to like have a conversation over. And I think that's because RC is kind of like this equalizer. It's really hard to get up on your soapbox when you play with toy cars, and it creates this environment where it's just like nobody can really get too worked up because it's like, dude, we're playing with toy cars, like,
right?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, you're right. Like, what am I'm just getting caught up?
That's a big struggle for me. Like the whole the fanboy, the gatekeepers, like there's just no place for it.
I agree. I'm not a gatekeeper at all. Like I try to always, and that's what I really appreciate about the other admin is they feel the same way. It's like we want to make a place that's inclusive as possible. I don't want anybody to ever feel like there's a barrier to entry at a Microcrawler Club. Like, we don't charge for entry. We do some fundraising through the t-shirts and the hats and the flags and stuff like that. And that pays for the water that we give out. We try to design our vehicle competition divisions in such a way that it separates the pay for play. So this year is one of the years that we separated brushed and brushless, because it is such a competitive edge to be able to have a brushless motor.
Yeah,
and a lot of people aren't able to afford to get into that. Like, it's getting a lot cheaper now than it used to be. Like last year, there was very few offerings RTR, and now it seems like everything that comes out has a brushless version of it.
Yeah.
But we knew that was a barrier to entry, and we wanted to make our events first and foremost fun. Second, we wanted them to be competitive and fair. And then third, we wanted an ease of life, whether it be for the competitor or for the judges. Like, we didn't want to, over legislate ourselves and get ourselves into a situation like Sorka, where there's so many rules and you got to have, like a crazy book to be able to figure everything out. Like, we just wanted it simple so people could read through the rules, understand it very quickly, and then also make the tech-in process very easy for our admins. And so that's a lot of the approach that we went through with our rule set. If anybody out there is looking for a rule set, definitely take a look at ours. It's free up online. If you have any suggestions, we're always looking to improve it. We're hoping at some point that we'll align with other things out there so we can unite into some stuff. But right now, for what works in Utah, we've got a rule set that we've been working on for over 5 years now. And I think we've got it dialed in pretty well.
Nice.
It works out really nice. It really does.
Nice.
Well, guys,
we are a little over an hour, so we will wrap up for our viewers' sake. Van, thanks for hanging out with us, dude.
Yeah, man, anytime.
Be sure to hit the quadfecta for us. Sam, don't forget to quadfecta. We got to like, subscribe, comment, and share.
And no matter what channel you're watching it on, mine or Chaz's, hit that subscribe button. That's probably most important. But also, where can they find the Microcrawler Club, Van?
www.microcrawlerclub.com. That'll actually take you straight to our Facebook group, and that's where we manage everything. So if you're looking to be involved in the local scene here in Utah, all of our events are posted there. That's where I post all of my reels. You can always follow my reels or our Instagram, which is Microcrawler Club. Just type that into anything and you'll find us.
Yep, sure. They are all over the interwebs, for sure. Yeah. Well, Van, we don't want to take much more of your time, but thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing some of your insights and the hobby and how you see it, and your builds. They're amazing.
Thanks,
and we love to have you on. You can come back anytime.
Well, I didn't even talk about indoor crawling courses and how to build those. So you're definitely going to have me back.
Okay, then we're going to make it a commitment. You're going to come back and you're going to talk all about indoor crawler courses.
We'll have a part 2 for sure.
All right. Look forward to part 2, guys. Look forward to part 2. In the meantime, do that quadfecta, and we're out of time. So I guess we'll see you on the trail. Bye, guys.